What is going on, YouTube? Espresso Shucko here, and ranked battles for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are about to begin. Series 1 is starting on Friday, December 2nd, 2022 at midnight UTC, and it's going to last until January 31st, 2023 at 23:59 UTC. So basically, the way how this is going to work is when they do ranked battles, they have the series, which is going to be the typical format for how the ranked ladder is going to work, and they have seasons, which is a smaller time frame to which the battles can be held. And then when a season ends, the ranked ladder resets, and then you begin going again. And this basically happens until the end of each individual series. So because we know Series 1 is going to last until January 31st, 2023, we know this is going to be how the games are going to be played until then. Closer to the end date for Series 1, we'll probably get an announcement for Series 2. And basically we'll see how they decide to change up the format for Series 2 from Series 1. I thought it would be fun to go over the list of eligible Pokemon for Series 1, because right now not everything is allowed. The biggest thing that I noticed when I was going through the list with a quick scan is we're currently not allowed to use the 4 Treasures of Ruin, as well as the Paradox Pokemon and the Box Legendaries. Unless I missed anything going through the list, but that's why we're going to go through that again. And before we jump into the list, I do want to make a quick note, because the last video I mentioned about my Violet playthrough. That's coming. I took a little bit longer going through Scarlet than I initially intended, getting stuff ready for ranked battles, ironically enough. But yeah, there's going to be a Violet playthrough coming, but maybe what I'm going to do is I'm going to film that first, and then release a couple of videos all in one go. And then that way we'll be able to go from there. But I don't know. I don't think I'm going to film, then release, film some more, then release. I think I'm going to film a good chunk of it, then release it. But we'll figure the semantics out for that afterwards. Anyways, let's jump into the list. And also, just underneath here too, you can see on my screen, there is a section about time. These matches are going to be a maximum of 20 minutes, so they can be moderately quick. So starting off, we have the Meowscarada line, the Skeledirge line, and the Quaquaval line, as well as Oinkologne, Spidops, Lokix, Jumpluff, Talonflame, Pawmot, Houndoom, Goomshoes, Greedent, Sunflora. There's the real thing to watch for right there, is the Sunflora line. Sunflora and Sunkern both. They're just going to destroy everything. Kricketune, Vivillon, Vespiquen, Corviknight, Blissey, Azumarill, Masquerain, Floatzel, Clodsire, Golduck, Dreadnought, Wigglytuff, Gardevoir and Gallade and their whole family, Hypno, Gengar, Mousehold, Raichu, Dachshund, Slinking, Zarina, Arbolvia, I think that's how you say that one. The final form is Smoliv, Arbolvia. That one's pretty cool too, because its main ability, Seed Sour, it sets grassy terrain every time it gets hit. So yeah, that's kind of a cool concept there. Kind of like how Sandaconda sets sand when it gets hit. But yeah, anyways, that's pretty cool. Moving on, we got Sudowoodo. We got the 3 forms of Lycanroc, Colossal, Luxray, Staraptor, the 4 different forms of Oricorio, Ampharos, Lilligant, Breloom, Applin in its 2 evolutions of Flapple and Appleton, Grumpig, the 4 different Squawkabillies, Misdreavus, Hariyama, Crabominable, Salazzle, Donphan, Copperajah, Garchomp, Garganacl, which I think Garganacl is going to be really cool with Iron Defense Body Press shenanigans, and Purifying Salt is a really cool ability. We got Pelipper for setting rain. We have Gyarados, Speaking of Pelipper and Setting Rain, we got Barraskewda, which is probably the fastest swift swimmer that's ever been made, which is fun. Choice Band Barraskewda is very fun, by the way. If you haven't seen it in my Gen 8 videos, go watch those ones, because Choice Band Barraskewda is very fun. Anyways, we got the two different forms of Basculin, Red Stripe and Blue Stripe, Swalot, Persian, Driftblim, Florges, Dugtrio, Torkoal, Camerupt, Bronzong, Haxorus, Annihilate, which is the new evolution of Primeape, which that'll be pretty cool to try out. Medicham, Lucario, Charcadet, and its two evolutions of Armarouge and Ceruledge. Whiscash, Bellybolt, Goodra, Toxicroak, Kilowattrel, Eevee and its entire family, Dunsparce and its brand new evolution of Dunsparce, Sawsbuck, Farigiraf, Muck, Mabostiff, Toxtricity, Dedenne, Pachirisu, Griffifi, I think that's how you say it. Fun fact, in French, it's just Tag. So much drastically easier to say, but yeah, anyways, Griffifi, or Griffii maybe? I don't know. Stantler, Amoonguss, Electrode, Magnezone, Ditto, Arcanine, Ursaring and Teddiursa, but no Ursaluna, because Ursaluna is not available yet. Zangoose and Seviper, Altaria, Gogoat, all three forms of Paldea and Tauros, with the standard fighting form, the Blaze breed, which is fighting fire, and the Aqua breed, which is fighting water. Pyroar, Skuntank, Zoroark, Weavile, Murkrow, and Honchkrow. Murkrow, I feel like, deserves a special recognition there in terms of its because of it being a pre-evolution, because it gets Prankster. And yeah, as much as I like Honchkrow, I think Murkrow is slightly better. Anyways, moving on. Gothitelle, Poltegeist, Mimikyu, Klefki, Bofindides, Bramblegast, which Bramblegast is fun because it's got a brand new ability that basically makes it immune to moves with wind in them, like Heat Wave, and it also gets an attack boost when it gets hit by those moves, and it gets the attack boost when it gets boosted by Tailwind, so that's fun. At least I think it gets the attack boost from getting hit by the other moves too. I know for sure with Tailwind it gets the attack boost. I don't know about the other ones now that I'm thinking about it, but anyways. The brand new Convergent evolution for Tentacool, which is Toadzacool and Toadzacruel, similar to how Wiglet and Wugtrio are basically similar to Diglett and Dugtrio, but aren't. Same idea with Toadzacool and Toadzacruel. Tropius, Lurantis, Cloth, Scovillain. Scovillain's cool because it's a grass fire type, and it's the first of its type combination, which is really cool. And it gets a signature move called Spicy Extract, which is fun. Basically, it raises the target's attack 2 stages and decreases defense by 2 stages. So, yeah, you could probably have some foul play fun with that, or even using the Clear Amulet to self-target a partner. That might be fun, because in theory, you shouldn't take your defense drop, but still keep the attack boost, which would be neat. Anyways, that's a freebie. I want to talk about Scovillain later, but right now, we're just going to keep on with the list. We have Cacturn. We have Reroller, which is a brand new Paldeanmon, and the main reason why I'm naming that one instead of its evolution is I think it's pronounced Rabska. I don't know. I don't really remember the name. I have one. I just don't remember the name. Venomoth is here. We have Fortress. We have Cypher and Scizor. No Cleavor yet. Heracross. We have Flittle and its evolution of Esparfa. Esparfa's cool too because it gets a brand new ability called Opportunist, where if the opponent gets a stat boost, Esparfa will also raise that exact same stat in the same way. So Esparfa could be kind of cool to try out. We have Hippowdon as one of our sand setters. We have Crocodile. We have Sandaconda, who gets to keep its sand spit ability from Sword and Shield, where it can set a sandstorm if it gets any damage inflicted on it. We have Mudsdale. We have Volcarona. We have the Solomon's line. We have the Tinkaton line. Hatterene, Grimmsnarl, Wug Trio. We have Bombardier. We have Finazid and its evolution of Palafin. We have Revavroom, Cyclizar, Orfworm, Sableye, Bayonet, Phalanx, Halucha, Spiritomb, Noivern, Dragapult, Glimora, which is a rock poison type that sets toxic spikes when it takes physical damage. Or it might be regardless if it's physical or special, but its ability sets toxic spikes when it takes damage, which is a cool idea because it's setting entry hazards. And while you don't see too much of those in doubles, you do tend to see them in singles, so that could be a cool idea. And it also gets a brand new hazard clearing move called Mortal Spin, which removes entry hazards and it poisons the target when it gets hit instead of boosting speed like Rapid Spin. So yeah, Mortal Spin is a pretty cool ability. We have Rotom in all of its different appliance forms. We have Houndstone, which is a ghost type, pure ghost type, with the Sandrush ability, which is pretty cool. We have Oranguru and Passimian, Komala, the Tyranitar line, which is another sand setter. We have Stonejourner and Eskew, Pincurchin, Palosand, the Slowpoke line, Gastrodon, Cloyster, Quillfish, Luvdisc, which I just found out that Luvdisc is actually in the game. I didn't realize it was. Luminion, Bruxius, Alololomola. I think I pronounced that one right. I don't know. I've been struggling with that since the days of Black and White. Dragalge, Clawitzer, Electros, Toxapex, Flamigo. Flamigo's cool because its hidden ability Co-Star is very similar to Esparfa's Opportunist, but instead of working with the opponent, it works with your partner. So basically, Co-Star allows Flamigo to copy the stat boosts of its partner, which is neat and could be fun to try out. We have the Dragonite line, Frostmoth, Abomasnow, which is notable because there's a hail setter right there. Delibird, not as notable. I'm sorry, Delibird. The days of Hustle Dynamax are long past us, unfortunately. But yeah, anyways, that was a fun couple of videos back in the day from Sword and Shield. I think it was Wolfglick that did that with Delibird, Dynamaxing Delibird, running Hustle, and then actually KOing things with it. He also did that with Rufflet too, which was pretty cool. We have Beartic. We have the Snorunt line, Cryogonal, Cetitan, regular Kalos, Avalug, Braviary, Bisharp and its new evolution of King Gambit, the Hydreigon line, which I also found out too. Hydreigon doesn't get Throat Chop in this gen, which is really sad. But anyways, if you're watching the Hydreigon video I put out later, just realize that it gets Crunch, which also does the same thing as Throat Chop, just different secondary effect, but same damage. We have Veluza, which is a water psychic type. We have Dondozo, which is a really cool Pokemon, with Tatsugiri. And for those who may not know, Tatsugiri has an ability where it hides inside Dondozo's mouth in doubles, and Dondozo gets +2 to every single one of its stats, which is really cool. The drawback, though, is Tatsugiri can't do anything until Dondozo faints, so you're kind of in a 2v1 situation. But yeah, Dondozo is really cool. Then we have Baxcalibur, and finally, we have Gimingul in its evolution of Golden Go, which Golden Go or Golden Goal? I'm not 100% sure, but anyways, you gotta grind out 999 coins for Gimingul to evolve into Golden Go. But hey, it's a cool Pokemon, though it does kind of look like the Chi String guy. It gets a signature move called Make It Rain. It's a very high base damage special steel type attack, because this thing is also Ghost Steel, the same typing as Aegislash. Um, with a moderately decent speed stat. It's got like 84 speed. And it's got its signature move, Make It Rain, which basically it's steel type overheat. You do take a special attack drop when you're using it, but it's a cool ability. And it's also a spread move, to my understanding. And this thing gets Nasty Plot, so it can also like increase its special attack and then go for the Make It Rain if it really wants to. But yeah, anyways, guys, that is currently the list. I can't scroll any further. So basically what we're mainly missing is the Paradox mods, as well as the 4 legendary treasures of Ruin, as well as Koraidon and Miraidon, which it's going to be a very long time before we can see Koraidon and Miraidon, because usually when we get those level of legendaries, the restricted ones, that's usually towards the end of a generation. And whereas this is the beginning of ranked battles, yeah, it's going to be a while. Now, interestingly, though, the 4 Treasures of Ruin, they're currently not allowed in Series 1, which makes sense given what their abilities do. But yeah, anyways, we'll be seeing them sooner than Koraidon and Miraidon, most likely. But anyways, that's currently the list. Yeah, I hope you guys are excited for ranked battles. I'm excited. I've been grinding out heavily in Scarlet, which also delayed a little bit of my playthrough for Violet, as I did mention. But yeah, anyways, now that I know that I don't really need the Paradox Mons or the 4 treasures, I can focus a little bit more on my actual playthrough, because I do have a significant group of things ready to go at this point. But yeah, anyways, I'm excited. And I think what I'm going to do too is, I think, in addition to filming the playthroughs, I'll film some strategy videos, or like just some in-depth conversations about some of the newer Paldean Pokemon and some of the older stuff as well, and upload those alongside some battle videos. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.